Hi everybody, it's day 136 and today's topic is start to delegate. Now, we are most of us are not in a position maybe, and we're thinking mostly by delegating about our job, and we are not in a position that we have under us some other people. So we're not superior, and but it's not about being in a position where you have something to delegate to others. It's more about making a frame and expressing, may it be on the work, may it be in our surrounding, in our family, on our partner. Where are the frames? Where is it that you want to say no and then say no? How many of us are not often in a position where they want to be recognized, they want acceptance, and they used to say always yes, 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 but never say no, although it's maybe also too much for them. And in being afraid of losing something, we often say yes, although we don't have the time, we don't have the energy, we don't have the willing to do some things. And this also has impact on your quality of life, psychologically and physiologically. And also it has some expressions in your physiology. You can feel it in your body. If you're always saying yes, 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 where you would like to say no, then with time there comes also angerness on the surface, until one day it makes a bump, and then suddenly and fairly they are surprised and ask you where this came from. And it's again your fault because you didn't express and you made some borders where you say enough is enough. So learn it, the sooner the better, to say no, or to if you have a reason for it, why should you be afraid of? And sometimes it's also important on our work to say, well, I can't manage this work anymore. If you have a reason for it, just say it, but you have to say it soon and not if it's too late. Then they will ask you fairly, why didn't you say anything? In our partnership, it's the same. And it's always okay. There's enough always work to share with your partner. Maybe some of you are really good in economics, so maybe he can do everything that has to do with money, and another partner can do something in the house. So whatever it is, there's always ways to separate the work so that nobody makes more than the other person. And it's also very important to express and to know yourself what is good for you. How many of us don't know that the situation where somebody calls you up and you really feeling you shouldn't go, and because you don't want to make them angry, you say yes. But why don't you say and be in equilibrium with your own body and say, no, today I don't feel like it. So stay with you, and you will be respected for it, that you follow your intuition and what is good for your own health. And this is something that usually we have to learn it from early age. I see it in my nephew, which is very small, and sometimes also for my brothers, it's difficult to say no to a child, but without borders, it's more difficult when they're grown up. We can see it on ourselves. We are grown up. Still, there are so many cases and scenarios that you can imagine where we don't dare to say no, enough is enough. So you have to experiment with yourself and to communicate it early enough in an easy voice, so that everybody can understand it. And person who don't understand it, then it's their problem. And I'm sure there will be person who will separate themselves from you. Be glad for it, because you want people who respect your border and what is good for you. And it's about you and not the others. We have also in our circle sometimes also brothers or sisters who present themselves as a victim, and then they tell you that how can you, and so it's like suppression in how do you say it, in moral codex. So don't leave yourself placed in this position, and it's not your responsibility if they haven't grown up. And just take you out of the affair by just declaring what you think right, and don't let them make their problem your problem. So be in touch with yourself, communicate it, tolerate it for yourself and also for the others. And this is the best example that you can live for yourself and your surroundings. So it's again something that you have to try out, and don't be sad if you fail once or twice. There will come the time, and the often more you do it, the more natural it will feel, not only for you but also for the other person. It's also, you always reflect automatically and authentically what you feel inside. So accept it as something that should be done, and then live it in the outside world. Stay tuned till tomorrow. Bye bye.